here, and can we get you started with an opening statement?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. So excited to be with you here today and be the representative, that is able to talk about us having the opportunity to go play in the Florida Citrus Bowl. Our entire program so excited to have the opportunity to come to the city of Orlando, represent Tennessee football and our university on New Year's Day. This is a huge opportunity for us. Appreciate Steve Hogan and everybody that's associated with the Florida Citrus sports in choosing Tennessee. As was just said, it's been a long time since we've been able to be down in Orlando, and we're looking forward to the opportunity of coming back. For myself, it's an area that I'm familiar with. Our family is as well. We're really excited about the opportunity to be there. I know that our players are going to enjoy a great week of festivities as they have an opportunity to partake in some of the things that are available there inside of the community. Excited about being in Orlando, playing in this football game. It goes without saying that we understand the quality of the opponent that we're facing in Iowa. It's a proud football program. Coach Ferentz has done an unbelievable job over his tenure there. You look at them winning their Division II out of the last 3 years, having an opportunity to compete and play for their conference championship last night. Statistically, you look at them, they're one of the best in college football defensively, and it's a program that prides itself on playing hard, playing smart, and playing physical. And they certainly do all of those things. So again, looking forward to the opportunity to be down in Orlando playing in a great game. One that as a kid I grew up watching on New Year's Day, and excited for the opportunity.
Thank you for that, Coach. We'll get started with Adam Sparks, and then we'll go to Corey Brada from the Hawkeye List Iowa publication. We'll start with Adam. You can go whenever you're ready.
Yeah, Josh. Obviously, Iowa's got one of the best defenses in the country. What do you know of their defense, and what do you think about the challenge of playing against a different style defense that they have?
Yeah, I haven't had an opportunity to watch a lot of them. As we're wrapping up the season here, we've been recruiting. I know this. Philosophically, they haven't changed a whole lot over the years. They're big, strong, physical, first and second level, have really good athletes on the third level of the defense. You look statistically, they're always difficult to run the football against. They typically do a great job on third downs. You look at them statistically this year, their pass defense is one of the best in their league, but across the country as well. They make you earn it. They're not going to give you anything. You got to go out there and take things and earn it. They don't make mistakes. They play with great discipline and fundamentals. So this will be a huge test for us on the offensive side of the football.
Thanks.
Hey, Coach. We'll take one from Corey Brada from the Hawkeye publication. Go ahead, Corey.
Hey, Coach. I understand you were a part of the game, I believe, back in 2011 when you were on the Oklahoma staff in the Insight Bowl. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah. Yes, you are.
What do you remember from that prep? I mean, obviously, I know you worked a lot with the Stoops brothers and with Coach Norvell, so you got a lot of connections to Iowa from a perspective of just prep and the cultural connections. And then the other part of my question, Iowa's maybe their most important player is their punter. How do you scout a punter, and how do you prepare for what a weapon he is for Iowa on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, I haven't watched a bunch of him, but I do know statistically one of the best in the country, and has been a huge part of flipping and changing field position for them. Spent a lot of time, as you mentioned, with the Stoops brothers, Jay Norvell. We had a lot of other guys, Chuck Long, Jonathan Hayes. Those are all guys that were a part of my playing days and part of my coaching career. That have a long history, that played their football at Iowa. It's a program, as we prepared in 2011, you knew it was going to be tough, smart, physical, disciplined. that it's a football team that doesn't beat themselves, and you got to go out and match those things. And I haven't had a chance to watch the tape yet, but I know those things are still true with Coach Ferentz leading that program.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take another one from John Sartori. John, you can go ahead when you're ready.
Hey, Coach. Good evening. Just you kind of alluded to it, but could you just talk about the excitement that goes into returning to the Orlando area for yourself, but then also your players that are from Florida, including, John Campbell is from Orlando, obviously, but just the excitement of you returning to the area and what it means for your players from the area as well.
Yeah, for our players from the area, it's an opportunity to get back home. So many family and friends that are going to have an opportunity to watch them play. We get a chance to be a part of the entire week in the build up to it. And those guys have great pride, first of all, but are going to take a great amount of pride in their preparation, the way they go play, and having an opportunity to share that experience with their family during the course of the week. For myself, some of our staff that was with me previously there, so many friends that are in the area, having an opportunity to catch up with them. We absolutely loved our time. It's a great city, and it's an opportunity for us to get back to an area that we love and are extremely familiar with.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. As a reminder, if you have a question for Coach, you can use the raise hand button. Moment I don't have anything, so we may have a quick session here, but if you have a question, get it in now and we'll call on you. And our next one will come from Patrick Brown. Patrick, go ahead when you're ready.
Yeah, hey Coach. Obviously, bowl games have there's an angle of also using those practices to help your younger players. You obviously have a pretty big group of young guys on your team. How will you kind of structure the next few weeks as you guys sort of get ready for the game and balance next season versus getting ready for this game as well?
Yeah, we had a couple of young guy emphasis practices last week as we were conducting our exit interviews before we got out on the recruiting trail. Our older guys were there for some of the individual, just getting movement, knowing that we were going to be gone for an extended period of time before we got back before this weekend. But our young guys were able to get really good intentional work in some of our group settings, and all of the team stuff was designed for them. So we'll continue that as we get back off the road this weekend, and we'll always have we'll always be extremely intentional and continuing to build those guys. In some ways, it's an extra spring ball for those guys. We'll have some high school mid-year guys that will show up in the middle of December as well, and they'll get their first exposure to college football. So.
Thanks.
Thank you, Coach. If you have a question for Coach, raise your hand. Another one from Corey Brada. Corey, go ahead when you're ready.
Coach, as a former quarterback, I want to get your perspective on decision making as it relates to playing time. We kind of see a difference in stance on this across the country. How much do you weigh or balance how a quarterback's playing in practice versus what you're actually seeing on game day? I don't know if you can put a percentage on your evaluation process, but obviously some guys are quicker to pull the trigger and put another guy in for a quarter for a series. What's your stance on the quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, there's no perfect science, no equation that gives you a percentage of what you should be weighing. In general, though, whether it's quarterback position or other things, the things that you're seeing in practice are inevitably going to show up during the course of a ball game too, positive and negative. And so, as a coach, whether it's quarterbacks, whether it's offensive line, whether it's DBs, whatever it might be, you're going to put the guys out on the football field that you feel give you the best opportunity to go win a football game, and all the little things add up to the big things that everybody sees as you go and play in a football game.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take another one from Adam Sparks. Adam, go ahead when you're ready.
Yeah, Josh, I know we've asked you about the timetable of like COVID seniors and meeting with them to find out if they're coming back. But what about the opt-out guys, the guys that are NFL draft prospects? Do you have to know now whether or not they're going to play in the game, or is that a conversation later in the month?
Well, I think that's something that typically happens as they get closer to finalizing their decision. Last year we had a good bulk of guys that were going to be in the draft that ultimately participated in the Orange Bowl. This is a great game against a great opponent. Certainly hope that we get a bulk of our guys that are going to help us go be ready to play on January 1. But as those guys continue to have their conversations and inch closer towards a decision on, whether they're, coming back for a year, going into the NFL draft, those are things that you continue to talk about with them at that time.
Thanks.
All right, Coach, we don't have any additional questions on the call. So with that, we'll let you go. We appreciate you making time for this afternoon, this evening, and we look forward to having you and the team down here in Orlando in a few weeks.
Thank you to everybody, and couldn't be more excited about the opportunity we have to come to the city of Orlando, playing this great football game, and obviously for us represent the University of Tennessee.
Thank you, Coach. Looking forward to it. We'll see you soon.